So what is prospecting? Prospecting is the act of proactively or reactively connecting with a prospective client or customer to share your story. Then you could both decide if you need to meet. Prospecting is not selling. It's a pre-qualifier to see if it makes sense to schedule time to discuss each other's business further. Two-way street, right? The importance of prospecting. Always have market qualified leads and sales qualified leads in your pipeline. Avoid flatlining or decreasing revenue. These are all pretty much common sense. Avoid putting all of your eggs in one basket. 1 to 3 clients that keep your business afloat, then they go away. Bad news. What are you going to do if you don't have anything to back that up, right? Increases the visibility of your company. It's kind of a marketing arm. Keeps you active in the business community. Keeps the pressure off yourself and your business. And also gets you to plant the seeds and tend to the garden and watching it grow, right? So here's some KPIs that we track. Very important. Number of contact attempts. Now look, we're going to circle back on where we're going to find these people to talk to. The number of contact attempts, phone calls, emails, texts, LinkedIn messages. Note, it usually takes 6 to 8 contact attempts to have a business conversation with a decision maker, right? Salespeople usually give up after 2 to 3 attempts, right? They just move on way too prematurely. And to reach a C-suite in a very large organization, it can take over 20 contact attempts, okay? The number of unique conversations, this is our number one KPI. I don't care if you're at a grocery store or at a baseball game and you run into somebody that asks you what you do and you're able to share your story, then you get feedback from that person. That's a unique conversation, okay? So share your story. The results could be, sure, let's meet. Hey, I know somebody that needs to talk to you. Not ready now. Call me back in 3, 6, 9 months. People, I do this exercise with every new client that I bring on board. I want you to look back in your Rolodex for the past 1, 2, or more years and find the people you had a really good business conversation with, right? You were talking about doing business together, but for one reason or the other, they never came across the plate, right? Pick out 10 people. This is a challenge that I could give you. Find 10 people in the next week, give them a phone call because you already have an established rapport with them, and see what they're up to. Tell them what you do with your company. Smart. Probably you're going to get some leverage there and get some revenue there. It works. Okay? So following up with past customers, past prospects, past clients. You'll be surprised. Business publications, look through those. Talks and presentations to group. Who does talks to groups? Yeah, Chuck, I know you do. Julie, I know you do. Great. Get out there, tell your story. Remember, we're looking for opportunities to tell our story. Trade shows, social media. Chuck, you're all over LinkedIn. I love it. I see it all the time. Well done. Google Alerts. Who uses Google Alerts? Heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do y'all use them?
I used to use them for my brand, my clients.
Yeah. Works really, really well to stay abreast of what your competition's doing, what your prospects are doing, what your clients are doing. Just Google Alerts.
Even what you're doing, because you track yourself, I guess, you can see where am I appearing out there.
Well, anything that gets launched out in the internet, PR stuff, newsletter stuff, any kind of things like that, articles that a company or a client has posted, Google Alerts, it'll click you right through and you type in which company that you want to get either daily feedback, weekly feedback, monthly feedback on. I usually choose the monthly just to keep my inbox a little bit lower. But it's a great way to stay on top of the market and stay on track of your clients. Because when you're reaching out, or a prospect, when you're reaching out to a prospect, you want to tell them something of relevance to them because people love themselves. So work on that. So Prospecting in the digital age. So here's a few things that I'm really ramping up also for Piedmont Prospecting, but also that I learned. I was actually at a conference in Orlando for Sandler back in March, and there was a big buzz about these things, which I think is great. So prospecting, excuse me, prospects need to be able to find you. John back there, Hatteras Web, provides smart digital marketing. Highly recommend that you talk to him if you need help in that area. I'm sorry. AI is the future. Seamless AI, which I talked about before, prospect research, 85 to 90% accurate with contact information. By the way, we do have list procurement services as well at Piedmont Prospecting. Then the cool thing about Seamless AI, they have cell phone numbers on a lot of them too. So that's pretty cool. Chat GPT for content, industry research, buyer personas. John, thank you very much. Using Chat GPT to put the Eventbrite marketing message on there. I use Chat GPT for a lot of this content as well. Everybody familiar with Chat GPT or not really? Raise your hand if you are. Okay. Very cool thing to look into. Highly useful tool. Chatbots for 24-hour customer service and sales. We're not there yet. But also personalized video messages with Vidyard is a recommended platform as well to reach out to people and using a CRM on. Also prospecting, the planting the seeds part, those might not sprout for two years, right? But consistent prospecting along with marketing produces stories like that, what you just shared. So defining your ideal customer, the more niche, the more rich, okay? For us, small B2B business owners, offices of 1 to 10, 1 to 15 people that these business owners are struggling with, not enough time on their plate, working too much in the business. You can't be everything to everybody. And how I work with my clients is that I want one, maybe two. First of all, who are your best clients, your 3 best clients? Let's carbon copy those people. Like, let's find the common denominators, okay? Because it all starts with a list and who's on that list, on who you're going to reach out to or who you're going to market to as well, right? What are their characteristics? Where do you shine? What industries do you shine in? What's the title of the white knight? Everybody, by the way, wants to talk to the CEO, president, and owner of companies when they're prospecting. You know what? They might not be feeling the pain as much as a COO is, or a CFO is, or an EVP of sales, right? So who's your white knight going to be in those organizations? What age are they? Where's the geography? What's their annual revenue, employee size? What pains and challenges are you helping them solve? That's a solid exercise to find your ideal customer, right? Because I've had client or prospects say, oh, we do everything for, we can help anybody. That's awesome. That's great. Can you help my 19-year-old daughter? No, you can't. I can't either, but that's another story for another time. Gosh. So really getting pinpointed on who your prospective prospect is a big deal, because you're not going to have to switch message. The messages will align every time to that person if you have that strong ID on them, okay? Use Chat GPT to create buyer's persona and tweak from there. Get granular for more effective prospecting. Again, don't try to be everything to everybody, all right? Any questions about this? All right, some cool stats. Study in Salesforce found that 79% of business buyers say it's absolutely critical or very important to interact with a salesperson who is a trusted advisor and adds value to their business. Okay? So what does that mean? How do these buyers want to communicate? They want to talk to somebody, either face to face, even a phone conversation. These people, if you're demonstrating your value or have the opportunity to demonstrate your value and you've earned their trust enough to have that conversation, what are you going to do? Just hide behind the keyboard and just send them emails all day long? No, you schedule a call or pick up the phone and have a conversation with them, right? I will always be a huge believer in the power of human-to-human conversation, okay? Because you can't read body language over an email. You can get a tonality from an email, but even more so with a conversation. You can read people better that way and manage your approach better that way. Conversations are key, right? We all get those LinkedIn messages trying to sell us something. Do we not? Who does that? Anybody ever get them? Right? Yeah, all the time. Right? Nobody calls me anymore. This way. According to a study by the RAIN Group, using 3 to 4 channels in prospecting leads to a 66% increase in appointments scheduled, right? According to a report by SCORE, a nonprofit organization, we all probably are familiar with SCORE. Now listen to this. 51% of small business owners in the U.S. were baby boomers. This is a little dated. In 2018, Generation X accounted for 32%, while millennials accounted for 16%. Okay? Next line, very important. 73% of millennials prefer communication from businesses to come via email, while 62% of Gen Xers, 67% of baby boomers prefer phone calls. Okay? So, don't hide behind emails unless you want to work with a millennial business owner, which might not be a bad strategy, for real, right? But a majority of business owners are a little bit older. They want to hear, they want to have a conversation. They want to talk when the timing is appropriate. Does that make sense? In a survey by Yesware, personalized emails have a 29% higher open rate and 41% higher click-through rate than generic emails. What this is saying is the HubSpot emails that go out, I'm not a big fan. They look very canned. You know when you're getting a canned mass email. You just know it. You could tell. Fair? Guys, I copy and paste. I copy and paste and put a little differentiator in the first line when I'm reaching out to people. Okay? Makes all the difference in the world. When should I reach out? MIT, the smart people up there, business school says the golden hours of calling between 8 and 9 a.m., 10 to noon, 4 to 5. This isn't just for prospecting either. This is just to actually have conversations with customers, clients, prospects. People are at their desks during these hours. It's a good way to have a conversation with people. When should I reach out? MIT, the smart people up there, business school says the golden hours of calling between 8 and 9 a.m., 10 to noon, 4 to 5. This isn't just for prospecting either. This is just to actually have conversations with customers, clients, prospects. People are at their desks during these hours. It's a good way to have a conversation with people. Emailing, 7 to 8 a.m., noon to 1, 8 to 9 p.m., and also Sunday evenings. Believe it or not. People are connected to their phones, like we all know that. So, wrap up here. Have a solid prospect list. Fine-tune your story. Schedule a consistent outreach behavior, right? Number of networking events in a month. Number of past clients that were servicing your clients. That's a revenue generator as well. Asking for referrals. Reaching out to people on LinkedIn. Having a solid, consistent process like that. Whether you're, get all your business by referrals. Can you use more? I think so. I mean, if we were all sitting pretty and don't need any more business, we probably wouldn't be in this room.
Correct.
And do the activities, right? There's 3 reasons why people fail. They don't know what to do, they don't know how to do it, or they choose not to do it, right? You gotta do the activities in order to make this work. So let's connect. If you don't want to do any of that stuff, reach out, let's have a conversation, and we could put some time back on your calendar for you to run your business while we're bringing some icing on the cake over here with some pre-qualified meetings. Okay? And also use me as a resource. Love to introduce you to people, love to get you newcomers, love to get you to know your business better. Big about introductions and helping people out as well. Okay? Thank you so much, y'all. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.